Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. First of all, hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. Your weekend was good, and also potentially maybe your weekend league was also good. I don't know. Let me know what you guys finished. Today we have an interesting video. I just want to say to all of you watching the channel, I said it yesterday. I promise I'm going to stop thanking you guys, but I really appreciate just the consistent love you guys support just everywhere. You know, sometimes like as a creator, you just kind of like go through the motions sometimes with just kind of pumping out content with streaming. And what I mean by go through the motions is more like you're just kind of consistently posting and posting and posting, but you don't kind of always get the deep understanding of how appreciative you can be for the support that you guys are giving me. So I really appreciate it, and I'm just glad you guys are enjoying the content. All right, I'm not going to say that for another week now, I promise. So tonight's video, we're going to be talking mainly about a new pack that was added into the code a couple of days ago. And usually, guys, we don't do too many leaks on this channel, but it's been brought to my attention by many people now that this pack kind of is coming. I've had some people talk about it in the streams, in the Discord. And yes, guys, there is going to be a base icon max 86 overall, and this will probably come out pretty soon. And the reason I say that is that, number one, usually when packs get added into the code in the middle of the year, and these got added on September 14th, or 13th, usually they come within 3 to 4, 2, 3, 4 days of it being added. Now, it has been 3 days already, and a lot of time last year, our icon pack content came on Saturday and Sundays. And, it didn't come out yet. So, one of two things. It probably will come out tomorrow, or it won't come out for another week. So, it might come out tomorrow at 1 p.m., and I want to kind of talk about it because, obviously, it's a big deal. Now, also, Premier League 3 Players Pack, 280 Plus Pack, and 380 Plus Pack. Now, what was really interesting for me is if you guys actually look at the objectives for the week, there is a 280 plus pack in the objectives. So already EA have gone ahead and used one of the codes, which makes me think this icon pack is actually going to come out somewhat soon. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be exactly tomorrow, but it should be coming out soon. So I'm here to talk about that with you guys today, and we're going to talk about some other things in the video. So hang tight, and yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up. So first of all, we'll bring this up. Now, this pack is very unique because obviously a base icon with only with an 86 or below, 86 max overall is a bit of a weird pack, right? Like most icon packs are never capped, and I think usually we have to wait until closer to Black Friday, which is at the end of November, to actually get any sort of icon pack most years. So I think this is EA's way of saying we're actually going to give you guys a cheaper icon pack. And hopefully it's actually going to be more affordable, because obviously this is going to be a problem if this is too expensive, because the fact that it's only 86 plus is a little bit concerning, right? Or sorry, 80, I keep saying 86 plus, but 86 at the highest, that is a little bit concerning. Now, if you're to go into concepts, you can go search in the Icon League, and we can kind of see what we're dealing with here. Now, obviously in the game, only mids and only primes are in concepts, so we're just going to scroll all the way down. We could do low to high, but we'll just go this way, and we'll go all the way down to the 86, or lower rated icons. So, yeah, I mean, it does eliminate a lot of good players. There are some. Now, here's the problem, right? When you go 86 or lower, it's Trezeguet, who's like 100K on the market. Shevchenko's like 150. Larson, Vieri, Owen, Czech, Rijkaard. Now, to be honest, those 7 players I just mentioned are all only usable for like another month. They're going to drop out very quickly with usability. You've got Van Nistelrooy. Now, Vieira, he's about 1 million coins. He's a big deal player. Puyol, Raul, kind of mid. Roberto Carlos is decent. Rooney is decent. Gerrard is okay. Ballack is okay. Zambrota, good. Barnes is okay. I think there's a lot more players that will be usable this year. Lampard, I think, is going to be usable. So you have more usable players, but the fact is you really got Roberto Carlos, Hullet, Nedved is nice, Vieira, Seedorf, Blanc, Rio, and, maybe Essien and Zola. But then you get down and you're like, you're out. So there's actually only 10, 20... 30, 40. There's actually 47, I believe, 86 or lower rated icons. So the pool is lowered by a lot, but there's probably only like 10 players that you would actually really want. So my theory is that if the max price of one of these icons is like Vieira or Hullet, and they're only like, they're 7 to 900K. It's not like a normal icon pack where EA can kind of charge the tax of R9 being in the pack. So because of many of these players are like 100 to 200K, I would be really surprised if EA made this pack more than 200k. Like that, if it was actually more than 200k, it would be a complete scam. If it was released around 150 or 200k, I actually think it's kind of valued properly, because there's so many packs now in FIFA coming in through the week that most people are crafting most SBCs within like 2 to 3 days. So 200k can kind of enable you to craft, use some fodder you had, and probably knock it down to 100k. And hey, even though it's still questionable, 100k for a risk at an icon, I think most people would do it. I know I would. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even as a content creator or not, I would still do it. I think 100k is like fair. So it's all dependent on that. And so, yeah, this is really, really, really interesting, you know, because we've never seen a pack like this. So this is in the code. I think it will come out relatively soon. And just will be interesting to see when EA do go ahead and kind of like require it, you know. Obviously, for me, the price is going to be very, very key towards, you know, will it really impact the market a lot, or will it kind of maybe impact the market a lot, or just like a little bit, right? So we'll have to see whenever that comes out. And yeah, also one other thing just before we get into anything else in the video, there is also a new Prime gaming pack, guys. So if you have Twitch Prime, my Twitch channel link is in the description below. Feel free to come in when I'm live and subscribe with Prime. That's always great. We appreciate that. But yeah, if you do have Amazon Prime, you can just link it with your Twitch account. And yeah, there's a pack every month. It looks like this is going to be the first Twitch Prime pack. So it's 7 gold rare players and 2 player picks with a minimum of 81 plus. Usually those are 1 of 3 or 1 of 4. 12 rare consumables, and then 1 Mbappe on a 5-game loan. So it's nothing special early on in the year, but it's nice, and you can get something lucky. Prime packs are always interesting, and I think there's going to be one somewhat soon. I don't know exactly when, but there should be somewhat soon of a pack, and yeah, we'll see whenever that comes out. So, you know, aside from that, tomorrow is really the day where the market rises. Now, it's going to be really interesting because I think some of this market rise tomorrow, it's potentially going to be limited by the fact that I do think a lot of people know about this icon pack. And I just think some people might be a little bit more, you know, waiting till the content to kind of see what we get before people buy players. But regardless, I think a lot of the lower tier to mid tier market is going to do well again tomorrow. We kind of see that a lot of cards just seem to go up on Mondays no matter what. We got a couple new cards today. Leon Bailey is about 120k on the market. His card is interesting, high-low, and he can play like 3 positions, which is nice. I guess the thing that lost me with this card is actually not the 4-3, and the fact that also he does have outside foot, which is sick. He's got 71 stamina, so like for me, that was a little bit disappointing because he's a wide player, and a lot of time wide players, you know, are running up, back and forth a lot, right? Like fullbacks and wide players for me are always players that, you know, use a lot of stamina in game, because to be honest, if that was just 80, this card is so good. So 128k is probably worth the try. I will check him out. And he might be a card that would do well out of packs. You never really know. Javier Hernandez, Chicharito, not the best card today. Didn't really love this release card. I think that, you know, yes, I think he's possibly lengthy, you know, with an architect, but still, it's just nothing crazy. He's got good finishing, but 3-3 medium low. Finesse outside foot is good, but other than that, we did also get a center mid from Argentina that's very good. Robertone. Look, either way, nasty card, right? Finesse, medium high 4-4 with 97 agility. So 90 stamina as well with good aggression. And look at the base stand tackling. You guys can't see because of my face cam, but he's got 91 stand tackling and 93 slide tackling, which is just nuts. So I do really want to try this card. So 2 out of 3 for me today, or maybe 1 out of 3 if you don't want to include Bailey on the mini release. Couple good cards. And I'm really looking forward to Team 2. Because I think there's just less players in this team overall that I do want to try. Let's talk about the prices of rule breakers real quick. I bought Ronaldo today at 166. I sold him at 17, so I took a tax loss for content to try him out, though. We made some coins on him, obviously, yesterday. A lot of these cards are starting to get very stable. Fakir around 300. You've got your discard cards. Dzeko, I think, is probably losing some of the hype that he initially had. PK, 225. Phillips, I really like. Zaha, same price. So won't be surprising for me to see some of these cards maybe go up tomorrow a little bit with people wanting to try them for rewards. That is obviously a possibility. Don't put it past EA this week to not come out with the icon pack and a crazy tradable pack, right? Usually once a week now, EA is kind of going out there and releasing a tradable pack that is very good. So if they do that with an SBC at any point, anything that's in packs is going to take a hit. Now, team of the week, same price. Honestly, last week's team of the week in terms of investments just did not do well. The only guy that I saw go up a lot was Ben Yedder. Savage is up, you know, quite nicely. I think Haaland's up maybe a little. Leao and Ben Yedder, though, did well. So anything that is meta does seem to be going up with good links. So if you're going to take a look at this team of the week, you know, my proposal for all of you is Correa, Tomori, Frimpong, Donnarumma, and Cancelo. If you're interested in any team of the weeks for investing this week, those might be your pickups. They're all pretty low anyways right now. They'll probably start to go up tomorrow. And then again, if you ever want to kind of take some money on some cards, you guys can always go ahead and take some money on like Monday, Tuesday. Usually that's the best day. You don't always have to hold till they go out of packs. Roll to the knockouts, still going up as we talked about yesterday. All of these cards are up even more since yesterday. And honestly, I think they're going to keep going up tomorrow. My number one pick last week was Konate at 150, and he is 214. So that was a great call. He's up a lot. You love to see it. Bisaka also doing very well. Paqueta's up another 20K today. Rafinha holding a really stable price. So good to see this team do really well. Obviously, if there's one thing you guys can learn from like investing and trading, anything that's a live card in like the Champions League or stuff like that is always going to do well. We're also seeing that with our first couple ones to watch upgrades. They're going to start coming in. I think that Jesus is going to be an 85. So that's going to be a great card. Rudiger is going to get an upgrade too. So a lot of pros will try him out. He's done really well out of packs. So a lot of these ones to watch is done very well as well. And yeah, I mean, for me, the next, you know, real look that I'm starting to figure out is that, yes, we've seen the market do really, really well on Mondays. So I'm starting to kind of think about, hey, can I look at any cards, you know, that are potentially down and go ahead and try to pick them up? Right now, I'm not sitting on too much. I've invested in some Pedris, but that's it. I've only got 5. And I think, you know, a couple of the top comments I've been seeing is like, how do you trade with icons? So a lot of times, icons just fluctuate all day, as you guys know. Icons and heroes very in demand, so there's some hours that people are selling them and they're getting a little bit lower than they should, and then they're getting rarer as people want to try them and less people list, and they kind of rebound. But the toughest thing with kind of trading all these icons is that what I'm noticing this year is that icons just have way less demand. I talked about this in a video the other day. They're just not selling as well. They're not selling, and they're not as expensive as they used to be. So it's just an interesting trend there. So, you know, even as something as simple as you're looking at this Shevchenko on bid, you know, 157. He's got a couple other bids there. His cheapest bin is 171 right now. He's been all day about 173 on Footbin. So you can kind of go on the snipes. And at this point, I'm not feeling like I could sell him much more than 175. So this is not worth it really anymore. It's only a couple thousand, so we'll let that go. Sometimes bids are very good on icons late at night. You're just going to have to kind of go by prices and learn some fluctuations. You could either snipe or you can bid. Honestly, bidding sometimes is even less looked at. So that's really the best way to trade with these icons and heroes. You can kind of scroll to the 59th minute, or you can look on bid and try to get some deals there. But with rewards tomorrow, I am probably looking at you know, going at some of these more kind of gold metas and things that I know are very stable. Something that I think is really interesting is that I do think that there's probably some value in club stocking fodder, guys. If we do end up getting an icon pack like at any point this week, even if it's like bad value, we may see some fodder kind of start to go up. I've even noticed with cards like Alaba, I started to pay a little bit more for 88s and 87s and 89s than I wanted to. So, you know, the way that you could strategize it is that you could actually club stock some of the fodder, expecting to use it in the icon pack. If you don't want to do it, an icon, you know, pack fodder goes up, you take the money on it, and you decide that you're happy, and you say, okay, I'm taking the money. For example, guys, this morning I sold Varane at 39K, 38K. He rose this morning because of squad battle rewards. I was buying him for like 34 last night, 33. So I made like 4K, 5K of Varane this morning. And I had like 10. So that was 40K just by reading the market. Varane is a very popular player. So it's not like you just have to get him, but these are the players that you're really looking at. And as we head into the nighttime hours, a lot of the time, these players just kind of go lower than they should. Now, I'm not saying right now, like, look, Varane right now is definitely going for 35K, right? Like, this is what his price is, and this is what his price should be, right? I feel like this is totally what his price should be. But, you know, what you would do here is that you'd hope that, you know, a lot of people see him on the market for 34K, and they start to list way lower than that. You can see how many Varanes, right, are being listed for 34K. So a way that I would start to potentially invest for, like, if I feel like the market is going to go up tomorrow or a market rise, is I would go... this is easier to snipe out of on console, guys. I was told this on stream the other day, which is good. So shout out to my viewers. But yeah, one way you would kind of go ahead and you would get ready for potentially trying to make some coins there, is you could choose the shadow chem style if you wanted to, just so you're filtering it out. But I know that for me, like, Varane is a player that on a lot of rewards days will do really well. He's in a lot of teams. He's very easy to link with France and United. So really you're looking for that shadow Varane right there, right? That was the perfect Varane to win. Now I'm starting to see a bunch at 34, which is telling me that I want to get a little bit more greedy here. If we feel like some are going on the market at 34 and we're not having the toughest competition, that means we might actually be able to snipe some in the 33s, which would be the dream price, because like Varane at that price, 32 that I've just seen there, 33, those prices are going to be guaranteed profit. I know that every day Varane is trending from 35 to 38. So if I'm winning him at 33 and selling at 38, I'm making like 3K a card, and I'm happy, right? 33,750. Boom. Get me in for that. And we're starting to pick up some cards for rewards tomorrow, and also just the natural Monday market rise. I also feel like Monday is a big day in the beginning of FIFA, not only because people are kind of getting rewards, but people build teams because Monday is all about the grind and rivals, right? Like, I'm pushing for the Elite Division, and I'm making new teams all the time. So this is why you're seeing on Mondays a lot of the market goes up in the morning, because people are just grinding out those rivals games, and people have got to get those like meta gold sweaty teams, right? And that's what happens. So that's a really good look. And we're not winning a Varane at 32 because we have boomer reactions. I've just gone for a run, so I'm a bit tired, but that's really what we're looking for there. And so we decide, you know what, we've seen enough of Varane. Let's look for somebody else. Interesting that Benzema's up to 70. Anthony, right? Anthony, I'm sure went up this morning. I saw him on Saturday go from like 15 to 19. So Anthony was 16 this morning. 17, you know, that's a nice price, right? Now Anthony's a little bit lower rated, so I'm not the largest fan of him, and I do think less people are using him now. So I don't know if he's really going to go to the moon tomorrow, but maybe Anthony's going to go to like 16K tomorrow. If I see him on Flippin at 14K, that means a lot of people are going to be listing him there. So I probably want to look at under 14K, right, to try to get an Anthony. Now he's obviously going to have a little bit more competition as well. He's a little bit cheaper in price. But anything under 14 for me, like based on what I'm seeing and, you know, him being a meta player, should be pretty good to make coins on tomorrow. And you want to be efficient too. You obviously don't want to spend all day investing for these kind of rewards days. If you're not seeing a lot pop up at a price that you want, it's probably not gonna like be as efficient as you want it to be. So right now I've seen one Anthony, as I said. It seems very hard to snipe him. I'm gonna try to go figure out if I can pick up somebody else to make coins on tomorrow. So, you know, also, the ROI on these lower budget players is always going to be better. So I always look at players that are like around 60 or 50 or less. I always think that this budget is always like the best budget to try to, you know, kind of go for and buy players on. Let's check out Sterling, right? So Sterling, nope, not good, right? We already can tell he's not good. Now, I sold Gretzky at 58 this morning, guys. I'm not even joking. I sold him at 58K with a shadow. You can see he got up to 56. So I'm looking at that saying, wow, I would love to try to see if I can get anything under you know, maybe 50 51. He's 51 on Flippin, right? So the 49 just popped up. That's really the price that we're looking for. Now, one thing that could bang tomorrow is anything in the La Liga, and I say that because we've just got a really nice midfielder card in the La Liga today with that. He's the Argentina player. And also a lot of people are going to be completing Alaba's SBC, and the way that chem works this year, a lot of people will try to fill out La Liga teams. So that's something to watch out for tomorrow. It could be, I just missed it, a really nice Gretzky price. And that could be something that we do see does really well on the market rise tomorrow. We see a lot of those La Liga players kind of do well. So that's something I'm going to watch out. And those players you'd be looking at getting is probably like Koundé, Llorente, any of those guys that are going to be the super linkable La Liga players. I'm looking on Flippin' Popular right now and seeing if I can find anything else. And also, you know, you could also look at those La Liga heroes. That's also your argument there, right? Like Morientes. Okay, for some reason he's up 16K. But yeah, guys, we're going to try to invest a little bit for rewards. You guys just kind of seen maybe what I'm looking at doing and potentially how I'm going to make some coins tomorrow. And yeah, guys, Monday is always another day of content on FIFA. So we'll be ready for that. Tomorrow, I am making the push for Elite Division again on stream. So follow the stream if you guys are not. And also, one last thing. Last year, we had like a content account. We kind of have a hookup for that account with some coins, which is always nice. And I think we're going to start doing that. Not a ton on the main channel, but for the streams, my plan is that like we try to qualify that account for weekly. We play the main account or that account on Friday, and we do the other on Sunday. I'm fine playing that amount of games. It seems like very quick, 6 hours, 5 hours to play the weekend league. So it's a lot faster than it used to be, and it would be fun because I think we'll be able to try a bunch of different players. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in the future. And just to you guys watching the video, thanks for watching another video, my man. Super blessed to have you guys, and I'll see you guys in a video very, very soon. Have a good evening, guys. Peace.